All right, welcome back to our stream on Monday night of Storm King's Thunder. We're about to get back into our adventure. If you've missed anything, you can go ahead and check it out on the YouTube channel at SirLucien. You should be able to see the GM's perspective of all of our games thus far. You can also find some other stuff that's out there as far as other games we played. Pretty soon I might start posting another game we're playing that's a Thursday night game, or any of the one-shot stuff that we're going to be doing too that's coming up. So keep an eye out on that. And to recap where we were from last week, we had finally arrived. It was a pretty big episode last week if you missed it. A lot of stuff ended up happening. We completed the battle against the Uthgard Barbarians with our players being victorious, capturing a prisoner and killing a prisoner and heading into Everlund, where our Paladin had paid to have the prisoner resurrected, and has now joined the group as kind of a... I don't know, the rest of the group probably sees him
mascot,
as a man-at-arms or squire-like person to the to the Paladin at this point.
What? We buried Tigray and we resurrected this guy?
There you go. If only you were here last week to raise that argument. And in Everlund, not only did that happen, but you were able to deliver a badge and talk to the Harper group, and this was a main kind of stronghold for the Harpers is in Everlund. And you talked to one of their archmages who has given you more information about some of the things that are going on and told you about how there are things, lots of groups, lots of different people doing the same thing your group is doing, which is kind of running all over Sword Coast, trying to put out fires, trying to figure out what's going on, helping where they can. And they've encouraged you to continue to do that at this point and given you access to the teleport circles. They call it the inner circles. And these are circles that have been set up that the Harpers use to travel in between major cities in the Sword Coast area. And your group, at the moment, has access to that until further notice, although they did make it sound like they could be revoked at any time. You traveled through Silvery Moon without stopping, maybe just for a night, traveled through Hawk's Nest. In fact, let me bring up the map so maybe you guys can see that while I'm doing that.
and Ka'Fey got a brand new horse.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some purchasing of equipment at some point and selling of other equipment. And then finally made the trek to Citadel Felbar, where you had an audience with the king and the queen. You have finally delivered your the honored armorer Gelrun back to Citadel Felbar, and you have been rewarded for such a deed, as you were given 2 figurines of wondrous power. And I think in that episode, right up until the end, I was calling them white lions, but I think they're actually golden lions. So you have 2 golden lion figurines.
There can only be one white lion.
Yes. Yeah. And you've been asked to stay the evening as they've put on a vigil for Gelron, and then in the evening of the next day, they will have an actual funeral ritual or ceremony that you've been invited to. And in fact, they've invited Finn to take part in part of that. So you, after a long day's travel, are in the underground Citadel of Felbar. You've been given rooms, and we kind of quickly go through the day as we're building up to this funeral ceremony. And that's where we pick up in our session for tonight's game. So, again, this was the Felbar Citadel, right? I keep saying it backwards, too. Citadel Felbar is on the map, or Felbar Citadel. Either one, in the Rauven Mountains. This is one of those great, impressive dwarven cities. You pass through impressive dwarven gates on the surface, but then you were brought deep into the earth to where the rest of the city and the stronghold resides. This place has seen many battles, has been overrun a few times in the past, but has then been taken back by the dwarves and then rebuilt by the dwarves. So it's a very historic kind of place. It's a place of bards would have many stories of old battles that have happened hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. The back and forth between the orcs and the drow of the Underdark battling these dwarves, and these dwarves getting it back at points. The day goes by quietly. Almost nobody interacts with you throughout the day. They kind of leave you where you are. You're not necessarily locked into anywhere. You're treated as guests, but you're also treated as guests that are kind of frowned upon wandering. They don't really allow you just wander around at this point. And they come and they do find you, or they come and summon you when the ceremony is beginning. And you can hear, as you are being brought even lower into the citadel, drums that are being beat. And it's a deep drum bass, and they get louder and louder until you're brought into this chamber, which is like a kind of a burial ceremony chamber where you see the body of Gelron, which has been, he's clean, he's in full dwarven regalia as far as armor and fine weapons have been placed around him on a golden table that's been ornately carved. And at the head of the table, up where his head is, you see the king and the queen are standing, and there are 3 giant anvils at the front of the room. And they kind of motion you in, and as you come in, you can hear the song of the dwarves. Every dwarf voice in Felbar is singing the same song. It's a very deep song. It's very over and over kind of chanting type song, and it reverberates throughout all of the halls, all of the rooms, everywhere within the citadel. And they have Finn take a place up at the front between the king, who is on, as you guys are standing kind of to the side, the king is on the left as you're looking at it. Finn is moved to stand in the center, and the queen is sitting on the right. Each one of them in front of one of these giant anvils. There's a hammer that's placed there that they're given. They all hold a ceremonial, finely crafted hammer. And these are like big kind of like two-handed hammers. Almost, you would even think more like a war hammer than you think of a hammer used to build armor. And it was explained to you that this ceremony is to help Gelron's soul, which has been wandering at this point in the Shadowfell and in any of the kind of plains in between, just wandering aimlessly. This ceremony will help Gelron's soul find his ancestors, the ancestors of the Citadel Felbar, where he will be able to enter the halls, and finally find his resting place amongst those other heroes, other dwarven heroes, and the dwarven gods and what they rule, their domain that they rule over. So this is meant to help his wandering soul find its way to peace. So you hear a lot of the chanting of the dwarves, and at a certain point, it's a repetitive chanting. It's a very deep chanting, and there's a point that kind of rises to a crescendo or a climax in the song itself, and you watch the King Morin, raise the hammer, and then with 2 hands and smash it down upon the anvil. And one thing that strikes you as being different is that your bodies vibrate with a very deep sound. It's like a very bass-like sound. And normally it's not like the sound that you hear of a hammer hitting an anvil, which is a more tinny sound. Like you've all have lived all your lives and been through towns and villages where you've heard blacksmiths hard at work, and it's kind of a high-pitched sound as they're hitting and building swords and armor and horseshoes and nails and whatever it is they create. But when this hammer hits this anvil, it's a very deep sound, and it's almost as if the whole mountains vibrate, like an earthquake almost, down to your souls. Even you can feel it in the soles of your feet. And then the song starts over again, and every dwarf is singing this song. We can assume at this point that Greybeard is joining in, I would assume. Any of you that probably know Dwarven could join in if you have that as your language. And for those of you that don't, you're just respectfully kind of watching the ceremony and just being there in the moment. And it comes around again, and it's a kind of a repetitive thing. It's going around the verses again, and the verses are a lot about finding the way back to the heroes, talking about some of the heroes, the Dwarven heroes, and how they never give up. They're never broken. If they're knocked down, they always are able to rebuild. And then it comes back around to that crescendo again, the climax of the song, and they give a nod to Finn, who then takes the same different hammer, but it's a two-handed hammer, raises it above his head and crashes it again on the second anvil. And the second time, it reverberates through everything in the room. Your bones feel this bass sound. You can feel it in the soles of your feet, and you feel like even the whole mountain vibrates with the noise. And it goes one more time, and this last time you notice that all the dwarves are singing as loud as they can, with everything they have on this third voice, on this third refrain. As it comes back around, it builds to the crescendo again. It builds to that climax part of the song. The queen raises the hammer, same size as everybody else. She's a very strong dwarven queen. And she raises the hammer, and at the right moment, just as we saw with King Moran and then we saw with Finn, she crashes the hammer down on the third anvil, and there's no sound. And as that hammer hits the anvil, all of the singing stops, as if everybody knew exactly what was supposed to happen. And then there's a moment of like probably about 30 seconds of just dead silence. And then everybody begins to file out of the ceremony, and they have completed the ritual to bring Gelron's ghost to his ancestors and to the halls of the Dwarven. And so as you guys are filing out, the guard that have kind of been ushering you around have told you that one final honor you are being given is that you are allowed to partake in the drinking and the merriment that is about to commence, as now that everybody is in a much better mood because they all feel like Gelron's spirit is no longer wandering. It's no longer going to be a ghost that's going to haunt people and unrestful. He's at rest now. They believe in their beliefs. They believe he's with his god and in the realms of his gods at this point, and their gods. And so you will be given. There's going to be food and drink, and you can partake as much as you wish for this evening. And so they allow you to mingle amongst the different areas of. They're kind of all centralized in the town, but there's this kind of like party that starts to happen, and everybody starts a pretty good rip-roaring time that you guys are able to partake in.
I do speak Dwarven, but I'm not going to let on that I do. And so I'll just listen to people as I walk around.
Okay.
I'll sing in common, though.
At one point, I'll kind of elbow Ian, and I'll kind of thumb over my shoulder, and I'll be like, "That's the kind of thing that drove me away from the Dwarven halls. But this next part, that's what I come back for."
I just good-naturedly shake my head at you.
All right. So you guys are able to go the evening. At this point, you have the evening to decide, to have a scene where maybe your group gets together and discusses their next course of action. Or we can skip to the next morning and figure out what we want to do, if there's anything else that you want to do for the rest of the evening.
GB generally kind of just, you'd think he'd be in all his glory here. The drinking part's awesome, but he tries to keep like a low-key, low-profile.
Dizzy disagrees.
I see that. This is where Lucian has his mic off. Hush, quiet. I say let him bark. Let's play some D&D.
The entire time, Ian's going to be She's quite vocal. She wants to be in the game too, Lucian. Come on. She saw Nod and now she wants to be in it. The entire time Ian is gonna be just observing dwarves in their element and watching you, Greybeard, and see how you interact with them. Because you're very different from the dwarves she read about. So she's very curious as to why that is.
Well, and again, I try to keep some distance, kind of more hanging out with you guys than any of the dwarves. I'm not rude to anyone, but anybody who comes up and tries to interact, I pretty much am like, hey, oh, glard, 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 kind of thing. Get more ale and try to just duck, dodge, and dive.
Is that a giant mug of chocolate milk you're drinking?
No, that's tavern tap water, my friend.
Okay.
A pint and a half worth of tavern tap water. So, yeah, because I'm diabetic and I would die if I drank that. Anyway,
Die happy though.
Yeah, probably. It'd be like chocolate. Yeah, so the GB just tries to, like I said, I'm never rude, but I'm trying to stay out of the spotlight here.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a point where you guys are able to either, if you wish, to kind of go back to your rooms. It wouldn't be seen as being rude or anything. There's like that how long do you get to stay, and then it's fine. And you definitely can get as much food and as much drink as you wish to partake. And then you can go back and to more quieter accommodations at some point during the evening. Or you can stay the whole night.
I'm going to stay kind of late, drink, and just listen in on conversations and sing.
Okay.
I do kind of hog out over the dwarven food because, well, it's really hard to get dwarven food in the real world, and so like a spicy hot oxen meat and like chilies and just the kind of thing that you need a harsh constitution to eat, that kind of stuff. And at some point I would imagine I'm like, oh, you have to try this to try to get my elven friends to eat it and burn their mouths.
Spicy coal.
Yeah, exactly.
Szechuan dwarf.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, so you guys revel through the evening for those that you wish, and for those of you that wish to retire to more quieter setting, you can, and the evening passes without incident. Most of the conversations you're hearing are them talking about past dwarves that have fallen, whether it's in their families or from battles or wherever it was. It's a night of reflection and drinking and merriment and telling stories, mirthful stories of, hey, do you remember when, this dwarf did that, or they got stuck in the well, or, was not able to, all kinds of dwarven funny stories. Maybe not funny to most other people, but rip-roaring hilarious to the dwarves. But they do use it as a night of reflection and telling stories of those that are not with them anymore.
And then his beard started on fire. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. And so it's early morning the next morning, and you guys are up. They bring you breakfast to your rooms, and they're waiting to. What is the group going to do?
We have business back to the east, correct? Or I'm sorry, to the west at this point.
Had we decided what our quest was next?
No, not yet. You haven't really spoken about it. Does anyone have anything pressing? Any personal endeavors now that we're on this side of the Sword Coast?
I have no immediate pressing needs, but they did mention another quest we could go on.
Well, we've got a stack of quests floating around
I
somewhere.
was going to say, shout them out, people, if you remember them. Like,
Stealthy home invasion into a castle that leads to a keep.
We are not even close to being able to do that. We are way too weak.
I'm just talking about. We've already killed a couple of fire giants.
This is their home, though.
Builds
This is like
character.
walking into this. It builds death, also.
Or destroys characters, as the case may be.
But you all want to
So-
make new ones anyways, so.
we got the Urgula lost treasure of Zaxos.
Yep. That's in the Destern Valley next to Tribor. And we also have Find the Weevil up in
Weevil?
the Weevil. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in Xandral's Keep, south of Mirabar. It's the 5,000 gold
Ooh,
bounty.
that sounds fun.
Is that enough to raise somebody that's just bone?
10 out of 10. It's great.
I'm so with you, my friend.
I blame
So-
your party for letting them eat that ooze eat you for like 6 turns. There's nothing left to eat.
There's no body.
It's just a pile of ooze.
You were black pudding food.
Could have been
Okay,
carrying you around
don't-
in a jar, I guess.
Don't judge him.
Oh, Tigre, you've lost some weight.
Yeah, it was a diet program. Nice.
That's it. we're raising him. He'll be a lich. He'll just be a skeletal. Yeah.
Let's see. So Tomb of Zaxos, that's a treasure hunting sequence because we don't know exactly where it is. There's some very vague details. We have a TP scroll to Mirabar. So we can go from Mirabar and head south down to Tribor and stop on Xandral's Keep on the way. And then from Tribor, head to the Tomb of Zaxos.
Do we have Mirabar
That's the most
uncovered
logical argument I've heard yet. I'd say that's a plan.
What was that then?
Yet? Do we have Mirabar uncovered yet?
No. Only in theory we know where it is. But your scroll... I don't
Yeah, we
think
haven't
we need to
decided
know.
if anybody's been up there to the north. If you're zoomed out on the map, it's going to be... I'll uncover just Mirabar for you so you can kind of see where it's at.
It's like way at the tippy top. It's like somewhere up there. Sorry. Right there. I was close.
Well, we've got to go to Everlund regardless, right? So that's the next week or so of travel.
Why do we need to go back to Everland again?
Teleport. Isn't that the closest teleport entrance?
Is that how that works?
Yeah, the circles are in the ground. So you have to walk into one to come out another.
Ah. That makes sense. Then yeah, we do have to go to Everland. So the next question is, do we go back where we came from, or do we head down to the river raft? The other route we didn't take. Do we take the scenic route, or do we take the last one?
Does that river, I'm assuming, then flows from here down? And could we take our horses on it? On like a ferry? On the Robin?
You could wait for a ferry that is heading south. Probably wait for a big enough one that the horses would go on it, but you would not be able to take the wagon.
Well, we don't have a body to carry around anymore. Do we need the wagon still?
That wagon's just a burden.
I mean, I know Nod has a deep appreciation for the weeks that he got to pull it, but
Party of mighty adventurers. Yeah, don't ignore the wagon.
A wagon's a suitable form of transport.
You just like the fact that it's kind of like a ship.
Yep. Much better than dangle-legging or bouncing around at all.
If it was a gypsy wagon, I could understand. It's just a turnip cart, though.
Well, let's get a gypsy wagon then.
Is that our next quest?
The quest of the gypsy wagon.
Yeah.
All right, so to Everland.
To Everland.
Sounds like we're riding then. Since take forever to get a ferry.
And we're selling off the wagon? Or we're donating the oxen to the feast. Oh no, we sold the oxen. We only have horses now again, don't we? We can just take the 2 horses with us and get rid of the oxen. They'll just be 2 pack animals. Although, wait, Greybeard, you'll have to ride one of them now.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Maybe getting a mule.
I was going to say, do you want to get a dwarven horse?
Like a pony.
Yep.
Nope. Ponies. I would crush a pony. Yeah.
Clydesdale.
A donkey or a mule could easily carry me. But a pony, I would just crush with not even with my equipment.
Just by looking at it.
Yep.
Okay, so we're trading the wagon in and looking for a donkey. Too.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty easy trade. Anybody would give you 1 donkey for a wagon.
Is anybody else? I mean, Ian, you don't have a horse.
Nope.
You can take one of the extra horses then. Because we've got 2 that we're pulling the wagon, right?
Yes. We did. Jarl also does not have a horse.
Well, that's the other available horse then. I guess he's forced to ride.
Is that all of us then?
Yeah, we only needed 2 horses if we get a donkey for Greybeard.
All right, cool. Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Nod's
we have
gonna walk
anything?
over to Smiles and say, "Don't worry, they're gonna always forget about you, just like they always forget about me."
I petitioned the changes to the 7. They did not agree with me, Nod.
Well, I didn't vote on it.
And nobody gets a.
Well, we are the
nod.
7 now because the dead one is. We got a new companion with us.
I guess,
Oh, that's so insulting to Nod.
I guess Smiles will have to ride behind Finn.
Once Smiles can afford his own horse, he can take. We'll get him a horse.
All right, I'm gonna shell out, and I'm gonna get us. I'll get him a horse, I guess, and I'm gonna get 2 extra mules for carrying stuff because these guys obviously don't understand the value of scrounging corpses.
I mean, do it to it. Let's hope they don't run away.
Yeah, so you can pick up 2 mules, 8 gold each. If you want a riding horse, they're going to be a little more expensive here because they don't normally have lots of them. So you can pick up riding horses for 75 gold if you wish to purchase them.
All right, can I minus the price of a cart and whatnot?
Somebody would trade you a 1-for-1. So if you want to get one of those things for the cart, you can.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, then I will remove the appropriate amount of gold. Cool.
Cool. All right. So back the way we came then, down to Hawksnest and Silvery Moon.
All right. So you guys get back on the road that next day, and you begin traveling south. Again, here and there over the next probably few days, it's very similar to when you were coming in. At times you heard drums, or you were able to spy out raiding parties of orcs coming out of the mountains. They're usually big enough that you guys see them long before they would see you, and you were able to maneuver around them without engaging large hunting parties and things that are moving around. They're pretty noisy. They're definitely out there looking for much bigger trouble, I guess. And just to go through, it's going to be about, I think it's about 4 days there, but let me check. Probably, yeah. It's definitely probably, I'm going to say it's about 5 days back to Hawk's Nest of travel. And so you guys go through the pretty standard nights. You set your watches. You keep a low profile out in these dangerous parts. You know Silvery Moon Pass is very dangerous. And the things that are surrounding you, whether it's coming from the Nether Mountains in the north or the Nether Mountains in the south, there's all kinds of creatures you don't want to meet living in these mountains. And you make it back over to Hawk's Nest. So again, you guys had went through it pretty quickly the last time, but Hawk's Nest is a big fortified settlement that overlooks what's called the Silvery Moon Pass. It was built to defend the pass against the orc hordes and other threats, and it protects Silvery Moon's eastern flank. The area is kind of perched atop a big rocky crag, and it's surrounded by high battlements. And it flies the banners that you guys would recognize as, let's show this to players, show to everyone. So it has this banner, which you recognize as the Order of the Gauntlet. So that's one of the other factions you know of. You guys are starting to learn some of the different factions that are out there. You've all probably heard of the main factions, so like Order of the Gauntlet, the Harpers, the Zentarum. There's actually a couple others. Where they at? There's, was it one more? Factions. The Lord's Alliance and the Emerald Enclave are all ones that you probably have heard of. So this is obviously one of the strongholds of one of those factions. And it has high stone walls, and it's an enclosed and a keep that's densely packed village on the inside. It includes several temples that you can see. You see some artisans like blacksmiths and leather workers and caravan suppliers. There is an inn and a tavern. There's the Spiked Gauntlet and a cozy inn called the Hawk's Roost and the Inn of the Silver Sword. So a couple of inns also here. And then various villagers' homes and things like that inside the walls. And so you guys show up here. And when you arrive through the gates, the guards ask your names once again. It's been a week since you were through here. And the guards, the main guard captain, mentions to you that Lord Cavalios would like to speak to you. He said if you had returned, to bring you to him forthwith. So they bring you up to the keep. And you meet this human in full decked-out plate armor, and it's Lord Cavalos. And he mentions to you, let's see here. He says, welcome. I'm glad that you have returned. I assume that your foray to the east brought you much honor.
Thank you, Lord. It did.
He says, I wonder if I would be able to trouble your group. I had my knights were in a battle recently back towards Sundabar. We had a caravan that was bringing wages to the workers who are rebuilding the fortifications in Sundabar after the last great orc invasion. They were ambushed. My knights were able to retrieve the guards and the driver of the caravan, but was unable to retrieve the lockboxes that held the wages of the workers for Sundabar. Without those wages, those workers may leave, leaving Sundabar again once unprotected and open to attack from anything or even more another orc invasion. Would this be something that your group could retrieve for the Hawk's Nest?
Surely the lockboxes have been taken and broken open, though.
It is possible, but we need to have those wages either returned here or delivered to Sundabar so that the defensive construction can continue uninterrupted.
When was this, a week ago?
I was just, he says, it was only 2 days ago.
And they were attacked by orcs, is that what you said?
No, the caravan was attacked by fire giants.
Oh, didn't mention that, did it?
Slipped his mind.
Oops, sorry, guys.
You dick.
Well, I have heard that you are the saviors of Tribor. Was this incorrect?
No, we got him. We killed some fire giants. Now it's out.
Now we're gonna use this for all fire giants.
It's
Yeah, we're the go-to guys now for that. Great.
who you gonna call?
Oh my god. We're the IT guys.
Ah.
Oh,
Giant
Grandma just found
busters.
out.
Giant busters. That's right.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Where were they attacked?
They were on the road heading to Sundabar. Would only be 2 days' travel by horse.
May we have a moment
How many of them?
to speak amongst ourselves?
Yeah, how many fire giants before we move on to that
You
conversation?
said fire giants plural, but not how many plural.
His guard reported that there were 2 fire giants who attacked the caravan.
And how many of the people were they killed? Were their corpses? Were they taken?
No, my knights were able to swoop in and save those guards and the caravan drivers before the fire giants were able to fell any of them.
Lucky.
A moment, Lord. Can we talk about this away from him somewhere? Over in the corner?
Yeah, and what you guys also see as you kind of go off to talk about it, and in the area above the Hawk's Nest, you see a flight of knights coming back on hippogriffs, landing in the Eyrie.
That's so cool.
I say we do it for some hippogriffs.
Yeah.
A hippogriff would be even better than a horse. I will
Okay,
admit.
slow it down.
I think we are obligated to do it. It's probably our fault those fire giants are even here. If they were tracking us, it's entirely possible they could have been close as we passed through.
Is
I say,
is
Finn, the whole world does not fall on your shoulders, my good friend.
is Wingnut standing with us? Your lackey? Is he in the circle with us?
Is that his name, Wingnut?
He's right
I'm
behind.
calling him
He's
Wingnut.
right behind me all the time.
Okay, so he's behind you. He's not like in the conversation.
He's
No.
chuckles the
Alright.
clown.
The guy's like a 16-year-old kid. He's not going to stand in the
All right.
circle.
Because I would
That's just a
shove him
16-year-old
back
kid.
out if he was.
He definitely can hear, though.
He's a 16-year-old barbarian. I'm sorry, but he's still a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, if he was in the circle, I would shove him out and then like keep talking. But okay. Sorry, I lost the flow of the conversation.
Yeah. You just had to bully the kid. You had to get that out.
I did.
Big tough guy.
Yeah, the chance for bullying a kid, because he's not my friend who's lying in a shallow grave in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're referring to my cousin, I assume?
yeah, who
Yeah.
you've now you.
The
do
one
we have
quarter
this
of him that
conversation?
we buried? Yeah. we could have-
I'm starting to think you had some
Oh.
other type of relationship with Tigray that we did not know about.
I look over at the kid and I go, "Tag, you're it."
Yeah, nice, Ardreth. As a player, I love you. That's a beautiful bet. Do we start having that argument like right here, right now?
We're talking about fire giants right now.
Okay, all right, okay. That's
Yeah.
the underlying
Not
smolder.
not how you people let my cousin die.
You have an argument with my Warhammer is what you have an argument with.
Oh, this is gonna get dead deep. Oh, someday this conversation will be had. All right, right now, Greybeard says, "All right, 2 days of dusty road. What's this guy offering?"
That's an
Sort of-
excellent question.
Sort of undermining your whole. Oh, we should do this because we're responsible.
Just out of curiosity, did we left the metal pieces with the dwarves,
Oh yeah.
or are we
No,
still carrying
You're
those?
carrying them because you didn't do anything with them.
Okay.
We asked them, but they were like, "Whoa, no, that should just not
You
be
asked
here."
Everland. You didn't ask anybody at Felbar.
Mugger hugger. I thought we
Wait.
did.
We went all the way there and didn't ask him what we had.
I guess we're going back to Felbar. That was the only reason we were going to Felbar.
Exactly. Come on.
All right, fuck you, guy. We're going back to Felbar. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, let's retcon that because I doubt our guys would.
6
Like,
days
yeah,
later,
why-
you're like, oh shit. My
We still
bag's
have this
full.
junk.
We were so enthralled with the story of the ringing of the anvils, Dan, that we lost it.
I tried to give you 2 chances to say, are you sure that's all you want to do tonight is just the party and revel?
absolutely-
And you were like, I just want spicy food.
We absolutely brought it up last session, though. We were like, can we get somebody to check this out? And you were like, yeah, we'll do it next session.
I gave you that.
That was
chance.
it.
So okay, Dan, it's either retcon it, the party,
Or we're going back.
or we're going.
Yeah, I
back.
think you should go back. I think that's awesome.
Oh,
All right, fuck you.
Hey
Felbar.
guys, sorry
Wonderful
we're
bar.
back, but we're idiots.
And you got if you take this mission, it gives you another reason to go back anyway.
2 days back. Oh, I hate DM hate.
Hey, pull that thing out. Those fire giants are going to come to us.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's just do that.
They're just a freaking magnet.
We'll just fucking stay here.
Well, some fire giants are going to come to you. Who knows which?
We'll kill them all. All right.
Yeah, I love you.
There's a
All right,
bloodthirsty
Off the
elf.
Sundabar.
Let's ask Cavalios what he's going to give us for this stupid mission. And then we'll go back to Felbar. Cavalios, what are you offering for us to go do this? For us going and risking our lives.
4,999 gold pieces.
Hopefully you find one on the ground somewhere.
He talks to you and says, if any of you are paladin or cleric, you will be offered membership into the Order of the Gauntlet as a reward. And he is willing to bestow upon you a knighthood.
That means nothing to me. What is that?
It gives you a title, and it would allow in certain regions, like here at Hawk's Nest, probably Silvery Moon, Everland, it would allow you access to nobles, and you would gain some favorability with dealing with the court
Will
of
it give
these
us a
different
griffin?
areas. So it's like getting a title, and that comes with not necessarily like a sack of gold privileges, but it comes with other privileges if you make use of it.
Such honors would be perfectly acceptable to me, my lord, but my companions, I fear, are a bit more mercenary in their dealings at this point. Is there a monetary reward they could be convinced to take?
Or a griffin.
Or a griffin, yeah. I mean, we're not picky.
Or a
Well,
super
really just
dangerous
anything.
flying beak snapping mount? Yeah. How about one of those?
against fire giants would be so intimidating. Sorry, Nod.
It's a long way to fall.
It'd be awesome diving off a off a hippogriff and yeah, that would rule. I'd do that.
Yeah, he'll think a moment and he will say,
We'll take turns.
I could only offer a mount of such great worth and training to someone who is a member of the Order of the Gauntlet.
So what you're saying is you'll do it.
So if we did it and we became knights and members of the order, then we could get a griffin. Is that what you're saying?
He offered the Order of the Gauntlet to any paladins or clerics amongst your group.
He'll get a lion and a griffin?
I am not joining the Order of the Gauntlet, so it's a moot point.
Yeah, well, Greybeard like folds up, starts. You've seen this look before, calculating.
Next level cleric. I could mumbo jumbo some words out and say, "Holy, holy."
Exactly it too. I like.
Praise Morden.
And he does mention to you that the 3 lock boxes that you are retrieving each have 500 gold. So this isn't like you're going and bringing back a million gold for him or anything.
Is he trying to convince us not to do it now? 3 lockboxes, 500
He's imparting on you that it is not worth him giving up trained battle hippogriffs so that you can go bring back 1,500 gold.
My lord, we plan on traveling back to Citadel Felbar upon the morrow. We could certainly ride through and look for your lockboxes. I don't think that would be an issue at all.
Yeah, he says, and that is all I ask.
Right.
Okay, then.
Sure. Get to kill giants. Got to walk that way anyway. I'm in. And then I pull a silver unicorn holy symbol out from underneath my shirt and brush it off. And I sort of look around like, and like I said, I'm in.
Whose holy symbol did you pull out?
It's a silver unicorn's head.
For which god?
Melakini?
I have no idea.
Because I
Which-
just want to know
which
which
god
one
do
you're
you-
angering.
Which god do you think it is?
Yeah,
And
which one are you angering?
Greybeard doesn't know. He doesn't believe in most of the other gods.
He's about to.
I know, and it's great role play, sir. It's great role play. But I haven't said I'm a cleric. I just pulled out a holy symbol. If he mistakes me for a cleric, then that's fine.
Welcome to the Order of the Gauntlet.
That's right. Anyway, like I said, Greybeard says he's in.
Do we return, if we do stumble upon these, do we return them here at the Hawk's Nest or straight to Sundabar?
Either is adequate for our purposes.
We still plan on traveling to Citadel Felbar, but if we can find the lockboxes, we will bring them back after we leave.
Yeah, he
Felbar.
mentions that they were attacked. Let me put a little dot on the map for you. So there's a yellow dot on the map showing where the attack had occurred. All right. Anything else, or heading straight back? Staying the night, or just getting right back on the road?
What time of day is it?
You got here towards dusk. Maybe with an hour or two left. But I mean, you just got done camping through the pass for 6 days, so. But it's up to you.
I'll take what light we have left and do a little sparring practice with Smiles.
Okay. Anybody else? You guys want to stay? You have your choice of inns, either the Hawk's Roost or Inn of the Silver Sword.
Which
one's nicer?
I was just about to say scummier.
They both seem to be well maintained. They both seem to be cozy yet spacious inns. They are well kept. This is a pretty well maintained little village town inside this keep. So it's not big enough to be. It's probably bigger than Nightstone, but not like Everland size. It's not Silvery Moon size. It's not Yarder size. It's definitely probably smaller than Tribor footprint wise. So everything is well maintained within in the keep walls, I guess. It's not big enough to have like a slums district and a rich district and a whatever. It's not that big.
Let's stay at the sword one, the silver sword, whatever it was called.
All right. Yep. You're able
It's
to
the only one I remember.
acquire rooms at the Silver Sword. And they have, if you want to have your own room, it'll be 5 silver for the evening. If you want to sleep in the common room, which is where it's only 1 silver, but it's like several beds in one big room. It's not, you wouldn't have privacy.
I'll take a common room.
All right. Yep.
Common.
Mark it
You
off
said
on your character
6?
sheet.
I guess I look at Ardreth and I'm like, you want to split a room?
I think I will sleep on my own, but thanks for the offer.
Guess you're not the Tigray replacement.
Nope.
Yeah, I was going to say, dwarves are nice, but
We snore really loud. Drowns out all the other night noises.
All right.
Yep. So go ahead and mark off whichever room you would like. If you want to stay in the common room, it's 1 silver, and there's a box at the head of the bed where you can put stuff in. It's not locked, obviously. There's several beds. There only a few of them have been taken. If you want your own room, there's enough different rooms. If people just want their single rooms, those are 5 silver for the evening. And then we can, I mean, there's nothing going on as far as regular tavern night, or get up in the morning and head out and begin your trek back eastward.
All right, a real quick aside. If anybody's room is next to Greybeard's, they basically hear him drag the bed across the floor and put it against the door. And that's how he sleeps.
I feel kind of bad now.
One of those
The lights
character
on.
details.
He's afraid of the dark. All right. Anything else, or are we moving on?
Moving on, I think.
All right. So sun rises. You saddle the horses, and you begin your way on the eastern road, and making good time. Let's see. Oh, no, we want the ruler.
It was 5 days.
Yeah, maybe it's about. Oh yeah, it's about 3.5 days back. You get to the crossroads, and according to kind of the mark you make on your map, you think it's only just a little bit further past this, as they described where the caravan had been struck. And so you guys travel a little bit further down. It's probably only another mile or two past the crossroads. And you come upon a smashed cart that was a covered cart that's been smashed open. The wheels are broken, so it's sitting on its side. There appears to be no animals around. Splintered wood all about. So you can see that, and you see it probably several hundred yards ahead of you on the road to the south of you. And I would think Finn is at the front of that, so maybe it's Finn that sees that first.
Can the Ian, is that something that you can scout ahead, or
Sure.
can we track those giants if they left tracks?
I mean, it's a 5-day-old track, but I could try. Sure.
I'm sure that you could track a hawk on a cloudy day.
Well, let's see if today's a cloudy day or not. What is that, survival?
Well, you're still several hundred yards away. Are you going to travel down to the...
Yes, I travel down next to him.
Well, I'm saying you guys see that, and it's several hundred yards down the road. I didn't make you approach it without saying what you were going to do here.
Well, I guess keeping our eyes out, looking for anything out of the ordinary,
Okay, so the whole party approaches?
just in case it's trapped. Well,
Okay,
I'll keep riding up there.
Okay, and so you get to the covered cart, and yeah, you can see that it's been smashed open as you ride up alongside of it, and you peer inside. It does look like the inside has been ransacked. You do not see any locked boxes, no signs of any of the animals that were pulling the covered cart, and just basically smashed and splintered woods and doors and things like that have been sundered on this. All the wagon wheels have been destroyed, and that's all you see at the scene.
Okay, so what do I roll for tracking?
Survival. Yep, survival to pick up tracks around.
Can I assist her?
If
Actually, you know what? I can't. But Smiles would like to try to assist.
if it's a skill that you can help, if it's a skill you both have proficiency in, and then you're able to help somebody with that skill. And then that would allow Ian's roll to be a roll with advantage. So a 14. It's not too hard to pick up the trail here. Although you're seeing tracks, you can definitely pick out a fire giant's footprints, and it looks like it moves a little bit to the east, but then starts heading north from here. So it looks like they headed north with after they were done here.
Right after us.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep following them?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so Ian up front following the tracks, and everybody following her. How close? How far?
Yeah, maybe we'll get up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You guys are able to travel. You travel for a few hours. You pass over this road again, the small offshoot road, and then it still continues north into the plains and this grasslands as if it was going more straight north instead of along the road. And you travel. You're following the tracks, and you travel for the rest of the day, and you get to the sun is starting to go down. And it's becoming harder for you to follow the tracks at this point. You guys, let me move your cursor. You guys are probably right about here-ish. Well, maybe a little higher.
Hey, we're 8 o'clock. Can I take a break? Or a break?
Yep, and we'll take our first break of the evening, and actually we're gonna take a 10-minute. Even though my thing says 5 minutes, we're gonna take a 10 minute so I can take my dogs out, and then we will be right back, and we will set up camp and see what happens with our group. So stay tuned. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Waterdeep.
All right, here we go. We're back in, bringing our characters back, and go ahead and continue having your conversation. Sure.
I think it might be safer in Waterdeep. It's so far away.
All right. Well, the Harpers would, I'm sure, jump on securing this, and they'll have zero fear of the fire giants.
Do you want to teleport? Do you want to bamf to Waterdeep, and then talk to the Harpers there, or do you want to bamf or talk to the guys in Everland and have them take it back to Waterdeep?
Well, I think we should go up to the Citadel.
The Harpers in Everland told you to take it to Citadel Felbar.
Yeah, and ask about it. We're just talking about where it's going to be the safest because we don't want to carry it anymore.
He implied that's where you should take the items, not just find out about them.
Yeah.
Well, then why didn't they ask us for them? We would have so.
They're your items. All you did was ask, "What are these?" That's your party's items. You didn't ask the correct questions. It sounds like.
Quests.
Yeah. Well, let's find these stupid fire giants and murder their faces.
All right, so we catch back up with our players, and let's bring everybody back in here for just a second. And it is evening as you are trying to follow the tracks, Ian, and as it's getting darker, you realize you're going to have to wait until you have more light to try to follow these tracks.
Are these fresh enough that I'd be worried to stay here? Or are they old enough that
yeah, that roll that you had wouldn't tell you too much about how fresh they are. You know you can follow them. You're not sure if they're probably a couple days old, but you don't know how fast you're catching up to them.
Okay.
I think we can just assume they're coming back at us at this point.
So I guess I would stop us a little bit earlier then. I wouldn't stop us where we stopped. I'd stop us a little bit further back.
Okay.
If I can't tell how young they are. And I'll deem that area safe to camp out in.
I mean, realistically, could we set a trap at this point? We know they're coming. We could set that thing in the middle of the field. That's right.
But what do we have? Do we bitch? Like, what do we have to do that?
Well, we've got something they want. Like I said, I mean, if we're going to walk for a day to the north, we could be looking the whole time for a better spot to, fight in our terms rather than walking into them.
But we're in the middle of the plains, right, Lucian?
Yeah. Yep. You're north of the road in the plains and hills. There's a few forest copses here and there, but definitely no big forest or anything. Mostly plains and rolling hills.
I mean, we can try and find a strategically advantageous position in this place.
It's up to you, Ian. You're the survivalist in this group, so we'll follow your lead.
So you guys have set up camp and you're having this discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last famous words of a party.
So do you want to double up on the...
Is anybody watching behind him? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm in the back watching around.
Do you want to double up on the watches? Just to make sure we for sure see them as they're coming at us, if they come at us?
Yeah. If we're going to camp, we should camp someplace that's remotely defensible, in the trees or something.
On the top of
yeah,
the
you're
hill?
you're able to find a copse of trees, so there'll be 10 to 12 trees all kind of clumped in an area, and you could camp in the middle of that. You could find camping in a low valley, between hills, top of hills. It is plains, so you're going to be kind of limited. And what you can see as far as cover, but you should be able to detect things quicker because there's more open spaces.
Sounds good.
Okay, so it sounds like a modified watch for the evening. Who's on first watch?
Sounds like Finn and Greybeard.
Okay. Fitted Greybeard, go through your watch. Who's on second?
I guess me and Jarrel.
All right, so perception checks for Ian and Jarl.
Let's see. Oh, get off of my. Get off. There we go. Change this to Jarl.
No, I think he pronounces it Jarl.
Jarl. Oh, great. Hopefully I roll better than that. Where's my sheet? It's over here. I probably won't, though, because that's just my luck. Yep.
Man, rolled a crit on there, though. Okay. Yeah, you both are on watch. You can hear Greybeard snoring.
I would like to mention I have a 20 passive perception, if that
You
helps.
recognize Ardreth is tossing and turning, mumbling in his sleep, thrashing about a little bit in his bedroll. Or if he was meditating, then he's fallen asleep and he seems to be dreaming of some sort.
If it lasts for a little bit, I'll go over and I'll gently shake him.
Yeah. It looks like whatever. Yeah, while he's sleeping, it looks like he's having some type of dream. You kind of recognize maybe somebody who's having a nightmare of some sort.
So I go in, I
You gotta wake him.
gently shake him.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, and Ardreth, you just awake to Ian kind of shaking your shoulder, but you don't actually remember anything. You just wake up as if nothing's wrong, but you do recognize that your brow is full of sweat, and you feel like you've been, you have kind of the night sweats. Your body you can feel is pretty moist, but you don't remember anything.
I offer you my my water skin, Ardreth.
I'll thank her and then reach over for my own wineskin.
Okay.
For your wineskin. Nice.
Okay. Are you gonna stay up? Or are you gonna try to go back to sleep, Ardreth?
My shift is towards the end, so I will offer to stay awake for a while since I'm awake now.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make a perception check too.
Please be better than the 7 or 9 I just rolled. Thank God.
Yeah, and as you take a few steps from camp, you have your wine out, you're gathering yourself because you realize maybe something was happening, but it's like one of those times where you wake up, you knew maybe you were dreaming, but you don't remember what the dream was about or what was happening in the dream. You just knew you were dreaming. And you kind of look to the north, and as you're peering, you're pretty sure you can see a campfire on a hill probably at the end of your vision, right at the distance of where you wouldn't be able to see anything. And you think you see a campfire out on a hill to the north. Maybe probably less than a mile, but definitely close to a mile out.
I will go back over and wake up Ian if she's not already asleep.
Yeah, they're still on watch, so you see
Okay.
her
All right,
and
so
Jarl are still...
I'll let Ian know, hey, up on the hill there, I see a fire. Off in the distance.
Yeah, when he points it out, then you kind of recognize it. Like, you may have even thought you saw it, but maybe you dismissed it as maybe it was a firefly or stars on the horizon or something. It just didn't pick it out. But now that you see it, you're like, oh, it's like you recognize it right away. Yeah, it's a campfire out to the north.
How far did you say it was?
You think it's probably less than a mile, but close to that. It's definitely at the very edges of your range of being able to see. And it's just the light that you're picking out mostly. It's not like you can see people around it or anything around it. It's just light in the darkness out on the, absolute darkness of these plains. Kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
I was going to say, I tell Jarrel, but that would be me talking to myself. So I look over to Ardreth and I say, do you think this is something we should investigate under the cover of night?
I think that it would make sense for two of us to go out and take a look at it and let Jarl stay back here and guard the camp.
Okay, who does that leave? Coffee?
Are you going to wake everybody up?
I think I'll go over to Nod, because Nod's always awake, right?
Well, if Finn is sleeping, yeah.
I head over to Nod, and I tell him, tell Finn that we are going to, Ardreth and I are going to go over to something we see out in the distance. We won't get too close. We're just going to examine what it is, and we'll come back. But if we're not back in, like an hour and a half, I'll let them know.
Okay.
And I scratch behind his ear, and I go off with Ardreth.
Hey, before anybody goes, who is carrying the golden lions right now?
Or half the magic items that you guys have acquired, but not
Right.
decided who owns.
Well,
I think
that's all we have at this point. We've got the oath bow, the two lions, and
Probably Greybeard.
Ian's got the oath bow.
Mm-hmm. Jarl has the bracers.
It's not wise for G.
This is true.
Rages.
You're
So-
cutting out.
I'm cutting out again? God dang it. It's not wise for Greybeard to have the lions, because once he rages out, it's all about the hack and slash. He's not going to be like, oh yeah, some lions. I would say Ardreth or someone who's going to stand back, either Ardreth or Ian.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I would agree with Ardreth. I think that's a good idea.
I'm game.
My thought was, Ian, if something charges you, you could throw the lion and at least get some distance as the lion attacks.
What do the golden lions do?
Oh, that's right.
Figurines of wondrous power. They
Oh, gotcha.
turn into lions.
Yeah, they're also in your journal. If you check all the way at the bottom, there's a magic item section. Lucian put them in there for us.
Ooh, I see it.
See, but I think Ardreth is usually in more trouble than I am.
We do tend to, but we have two of them though.
Right.
Oh, can we split them up?
I would think so. Is there anything that says they have to go as a pair?
No.
That's a DM question.
Yeah.
Says
No,
you can
no,
use
they're
one
separate.
figurine or
Yeah, they're
both.
separate figures.
Oh, well then let's each take one then. Ardreth and me, the lion buddies.
Have these ever been used yet?
No.
Use an action, 60 feet.
How's Nod gonna feel about that when we use them?
His inferiority complex. Okay.
He'll finally learn how to roar.
Oh, he's already roared.
He's roared
And
once.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
He was very sad. All right, well let's head out, Ardreth. You and I,
All right.
with our golden lions. All right. So we head forth towards the light.
Okay.
Something in
So
the night.
describe a little bit how you guys are. Give us the scene as you guys are heading north of your camp. Now, does your camp have a fire?
It would be so low. I wouldn't. Just enough so it wouldn't be too cold, because it is getting fairly cold.
You guys are in the north, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
So it would be just low enough to provide some warmth, but not enough to provide too much light.
Okay.
I was
So
gonna say we could do like the put the shields up around it or something too.
So you guys
Yeah.
leave the warmth of the fire and your compatriots, but set the scene for us as you guys stalk your way north.
So my thought is we'll go relatively side by side, but about how far? 30 meters so that we can still see one another?
Yep.
And
I would agree.
progress upwards using slopes of hills and other places to hide as we go. And I'll use so here's an interesting question with half elves. The wood elves get Fey ancestry. Do half elves get that too?
No, not unless it's listed under the half elf race.
Gotcha, I wasn't sure on
stuff.
that. Fey ancestry. Oh, sorry, Mask of the Wild was actually the one that I was asking more about. Fey ancestry does go to half elves, but okay.
So
I
we
do
would
have nature.
Yeah, we would need stealth checks then, because it sounds like you guys are trying to be stealthy as you move north.
What is Mask of the Wild? It just lets me hide better? Is that what it is?
Yeah, attempt to hide when lightly obscured by foliage, rain, snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
That's the one where you're not moving though, right? Like you can stand still and then you're just like you're nearly invisible if it works. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, yeah.
A 9, not bad. 13 as a whole. Still haven't broken the 10 tonight, guys.
All right.
It's above 5.
Wow.
So you guys are stalking forward, a little bit of space in between you. It takes you about, because you're moving slowly, you're checking your surroundings, you're very alert. So about 15 minutes north. Takes you about that 15 to 20 minutes as you stalk your way north. What you see is you're getting to a part that seems to rise up into a higher hill, maybe one of the higher hills that you've seen. It's definitely not a mountain or anything like that, but it's definitely a couple stories up hill. You can see the fire now more clearly. It's a big raging, crackling fire. And silhouetted against the fire, kind of looking out into the darkness, just out into the valleys, kind of looking in most directions, just checking each direction out a little bit at a time. You see a fire giant standing with his arms crossed just near the fire at the top of this hill.
Oh no. We don't get too close.
No. What is around this hill? Is it an isolated hill with no hills around it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a few. It's like a small rolling hill that blends into a bigger hill. So at the base, you would go up like a small hill first, and then you would continue up to another slope of the hill, and it's a much bigger hill. He's probably, elevation wise, probably 40 to 50 feet higher than the elevation you guys are at.
Okay, here's a better question. Is there a way around us so we can have be somewhere on the other side of this hill so we could see them on a level playing field or closer than 40, 50 feet?
No, it looks like they've chosen this hill because it sits in the middle of nothing and there are no trees, no other cover around it. They are up on top of you see the one silhouetted giant. And that's all you see is one silhouetted giant. And it looks like, it's just a hill. There's nothing else around cover-wise.
We don't see anything on the ground around it, or just
nope. You
the
guys
fire?
are mostly kind of keeping to the tall grass, which isn't even more than above your knees, but you guys are crouched down enough, and it's dark. And even though he's scanning out into the darkness, he's obviously looked your way and not seen you. But there's no conveniently placed blind spot that they camp next to for your group to find, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, let's head back.
Yeah, I'll motion to Ian to head back.
And this is just as it's gotten dark enough that it's true dark. So it's into the second watch. So you're still pretty early into the evening at this point. And you guys slink your way back. And you're back at camp after another... are you stealthing back, or are you running back, or what?
No, stealthing.
Stealthing
Okay,
back.
so it's another 15 or 20 minutes, and you're back at your camp.
I tell Nod to wake Finn up, and I go and wake Greybeard, and I tell Ardreth to go wake Coffee.
Which I will do.
What? Oh. Is it morning? It's not morning.
All right.
think you might
have Jarrel make a Arcana check. No, just kidding. Coffee tries to turn him into a newt. All right, your party is woken.
When we were tracking them, was it clear that there was more than one fire giant?
Oh, that's a good question.
Actually, you were not too clear. Your roll was not good enough to tell you the numbers. You knew you could follow them.
More than one.
You think it's more than one, but you have no other indication.
Taking grasslands as my next favorite terrain. You better stay in the grasslands.
I'm going to send you to the Underdark, and then you're really going to be messed up. None of your favored lands.
I mean, we haven't. I think we've been there once to the forest. We've had a fight there. So I tell everyone what we saw.
Well, you could have taken favored enemies giants.
No, I couldn't. I have to wait until
You had to go
6th level.
humanoids, metagamed it. We're going to be...
No, I mean, I literally couldn't. I can't take them until 6th level.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
have,
right, they
they
switched
have
to the new
tiers
one.
now.
Wow, in the Arcana one.
Yeah.
Not in the actual Ranger.
I think we should attack now.
Do you think...
Bold.
We're not even sure how many are up there, Finn.
Smiles says, yes, we should attack now.
They
Right.
have 30, 40 feet of it on us. They have the higher terrain. We'd be attacking from the bottom.
Only we had hippogriffs.
If only we had hippogriffs. Thank you, Coffee.
I think when the sun comes up, they're going to check the direction of the piece, the arm, or the leg, or whatever we're carrying, and they're going to come right at us anyway. And it might be more than one. So, do we kill one right now, or do we wait for them for two?
Well, we only saw one. There may be many more.
You know,
I'll go
discretion
take
has
it.
never gotten us anywhere, so...
Yeah, I thought you guys scouted this out.
Not sure you ever
We did,
tried
but we only
discretion.
saw one when we went up there.
There's never
That's
been
not
a
proper
discretion
scouting.
test.
True, we have not tried discretion.
Well, we came back in one
Should we-
piece.
We can go up and talk to it.
Wait. Ian, I would like
Parlay.
you to play Jarrel correctly. You were
Yeah.
missing your opportunity here.
Well, I
on,
don't
Pete.
see why we don't
He's gonna
just
go
walk
ask
up
if we
there
can-
and speak to them.
Perfect. Thank you.
They're
You get inspiration.
Diplomatic people.
I think that's a good idea. Let's send Jarrel by himself up to talk to him, and then that way, when he comes back next week, we'll have a cleric.
Yes.
Suddenly.
You can mark down inspiration for Jarrel.
You know he's going to roll up a death cleric just to spite you.
He would.
Should we
A
set
human
a...
one with like no light spell too.
That's right. Nothing but harm.
Should we find a better position?
Or worse, he does raise dead and he just fights with zombies and skeletons as his minions.
Oh my god.
That would be
One
cool,
of them is
though.
Tigray.
I'd be all about that.
Tigray skeletons and minions.
Oh, the dead comrade necromancer. It's just all your old party members.
All right. As the conversation continues, Greybeard starts to get glassy-eyed.
He's gone already. He's already attacking the giant.
Don't worry about it. That 1 mile jog to the giant's just gonna wear him right out.
Isn't
Anyway.
that exactly what happened the last time we fought giants?
Uh-huh.
And then Greybeard disappeared.
Too much talk. Giants to kill.
Oh, no, this time I absolutely, as the moment I see that, I absolutely just grab onto his beard. I'm just holding him there.
Hey, what's your day?
Hey,
Come on.
It's no time for intimacies. We got things to do.
Do we want to find a different position to get in? A more advantageous position? Or do you want to stay here and set the trap here?
Well, you've done the scouting. Is there some place to go?
Well, around there, no. But on the way here, Lucian, did we see anything similar to their setup?
No, it was mostly plains. You guys are in the copse of trees that was around here. There's nothing, within the 20-minute walk north other than just flat plains, tall grass, and then it gets to the hills.
Behind us. Behind us, where we can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would find various other spots where there are rolling hills, more trees.
Anything as nice as their setup?
I mean, you would probably find something that's similar.
There's no ravines or anything that we could use to put between
Nothing,
us.
nothing that's like dramatic elevation changes or nothing like that. It's all more rolling kind of plain stuff.
And the ground is not littered with giant-sized throwing rocks, right?
No, they just carry those in their butts at all times.
Yeah, you are not in the land of boulders, but
Boulders, right?
you're pretty sure they're going to have some.
In my research, guys, I've learned that.
You remember from being held captive in Duke Zalto's camps that they all seem to carry several in those big giant sacks that they carry.
In their butts.
But of course they do.
I mean, I can attack them from 600 feet away. I can attack them from. Well, I can attack one. Let me be specific, and I can attack one from far away before they can get in boulder throwing distance. From what I've seen.
Oh, this is going to turn into one of those, we wait till dawn, we don't do this, we do that conversations, isn't it?
I don't want to wait. We have the advantage right now of everybody here can see, and that giant can't. He's stuck in the firelight.
Hey,
So let's go.
who's got those windy things for their wrists? Blow the fire out.
He has to be within 30 feet.
Oh, could that put a fire out?
I think so, yeah. I have to check.
That would be sweet. Can it?
We can
Sure
find
can.
out.
I'm sure your wizard might have stuff that puts fire.
I'm not seeing it on the magic item list.
There you go.
We had Gust in there earlier. There he is.
Well, range is it starts at self, though.
Yeah.
Right.
So somebody would have to run up to it and then, or be within a 60-foot long line of it.
Does someone have, what is it? Thaumaturgy? Is that the one that you can extinguish flames on and off? Or
This is a little
prestidigitation?
I think this is too big for thaumaturgy. Oh, Greybeard doesn't say that. I say that as a player.
I mean, but the thing is that they're up here and we're down here, and they can throw boulders at us. And we only saw one, and he was the lookout. The others may be asleep. The chances that we are all able to get there and him not see us, or them not to see us.
Actually, that's a good question. Was there actually possibility of a giant sleeping that they couldn't see?
Right, probably 4 of them.
Yeah, they did not see the top of the hill. They saw a giant standing backlit by a campfire. A pretty big
Well,
campfire,
if we
a
could start
giant
peppering
campfire.
it from 600 yards away, It's going to take a while to get to us.
Right, but your dark vision doesn't go 600 yards away.
It would have to leave the fire to get to us.
Right. And still, you're only seeing 60 feet away.
That's true. We have to be close by once they extinguish the flame. I mean, we could surround the mound, but I don't know how much. We can all come up from different directions, but I don't know how much that would help. I'm holding firm, by the way, on Greybeard's beard, just like holding very strong in that steel grip.
All right, so since we seem attached at the beard, why don't you and I go take a real look?
You do not make the sound decisions, my friend.
But I'm real quiet.
How about this? We could mount up, bypass this, and ride hard for the Citadel.
Go around them.
Go around them. They're gonna come north first thing in the morning, right? Just put a bunch of distance between us and them.
I thought we were supposed to get some lock boxes or something.
I mean, they could be coming towards us.
I guarantee those lock boxes are sitting in those giants' pockets.
Well, let's go get them.
I'm just trying to avoid a fight now that we know that there could be one laying on the ground on top of a shallow hill.
Just a minute ago, you wanted to go fight them.
I thought there was just one.
Hey, didn't one of us fly in invisible or something last time?
Do we still have any pixie dust to try?
Fin size. I've got one.
Oh, I thought you gave you... This is player, not GB. GB doesn't say that. But I thought you gave it up as part of the treasure to get Wingnut resurrected.
I don't know if that was any money. I gave them all my money. Would they have wanted the pixie dust?
No. They would have they took money, and you sold your plate armor. They wouldn't have taken your magic item.
Yeah.
Right. And then, Coffee, you can turn invisible, right?
He's AFK right now.
Oh.
But yes, I think he can. Or was that the?
I don't remember. That's why I said something.
All right, let's put that on the table for a second, and let's talk in case he can't do that. Because Jarrel has one that we could try to make him invisible, but that's a 1 in 10 chance. So,
Yeah.
do we want to ride ahead and set up a trap up there, or find a more advantageous position? Because they don't know we know if they are tracking us.
I mean, we could set a big fire here and get them to come at us. And then stay within the cover of the trees.
Until they get to us. What we could do is, could we set a large fire in the middle? Like, close to us so we see them approaching us? And make them think that's our camp? And then we'll be in the trees ready to attack them? Like, fake them out?
That should work.
Right. And then we can dig little holes and cover ourselves with leaves and then jump out.
You are more than... I would love to see that. You are more than welcome to try that, Greybeard. I will even help you. So do we want to... We still have most of the night to go.
So let's do this. Let's go ahead and take our second 10-minute break or 5-minute break of the evening. We'll get that out of the way, and then when we come back, we can enact one of our plans that our group has come up with and see where this encounter takes us. So stay tuned. Hopefully we're going to get right to the action and see how this turns out. Don't go anywhere. It's going to get fun.
Sweet.
Full
There we
full
go.
speed ahead. That was our consensus with the three of us. I don't know what you returning guys think.
Charge!
You charge uphill and attack them.
That was our consensus, yes. Well, I pepper them from afar. Or I pepper them from afar and they come to us, or they run away.
And some of us might even sneak up there. Or fly invisibly up there.
Hey, Coffee, are you back? 9. He is not back. I think it was Pixie Dust, though. I think he got invisible and then we threw it again on him. Because he's not a very wizardy wizard.
That's what happens when you wing short swords around. You end up not very wizardy.
So if we do go with I attack them from afar, they charge at us, where are you guys going to be? Do you guys want to sneak up ahead and ambush them?
We'll dig little holes and cover them. Wolverines!
If we're just gonna go up, yeah, we just crawl as close as we can get, I guess,
And hope that they run down?
and just have solid archery support in the back.
Yeah, because Ardreth can attack from afar.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Ditto.
Definitely gonna want coffee back for this.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. What can Jarrel do? Jarrel, does he have any fancy?
Step of the wind. He can move real fast.
And he has mobile. He just picked up plus 10 speed. So he can move 50 now.
Oh wow, nice. Nice.
Your voice is totally wigging me the fuck out, Greybeard.
I can't. Like I said, I got a 2-hour window now, and my voice drops.
Let's see. Anything? I mean, I guess
2-hour window of what?
Talking.
Oh.
Like if I do more than 2 hours of a show, nearing the ending of the show, my voice just goes down.
Crazy.
And there's
You can make money with that voice.
I should take up cigar
100%.
smoking.
Let's see. Well, Jarl has a potion of healing. Jarl can. Well, he has pixie dust. I don't know. I guess he's just gonna run in and bracers of the wind. See if that helps. Does anyone want Jarl to accompany them or be by their side for this?
I would assume it's just gonna be. It should just be Greybeard, Coffee, and Finn charging in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to speak for Smiles, but I don't think he should be in there. But Dan's going to run him during combat.
Do you want one of the lions to go with you?
No, you're running them during combat.
so-
I'm running them during RP.
Oh,
Why doesn't Smiles stay back with the horses and stuff?
Oh yeah, we have all this expensive shit now. He should totally stay here. And not be one shot and cut in half by a giant. Does he have more than like 30 health?
oh, he's got a whopping 13.
Oh yeah, no, he's hella dead. Not even a little bit dead. He's super dead. If he gets hit.
He's got a big shield.
They have a plus 11 to hit and a plus 10 for attack damage, I think.
Yeah.
No, Smile, stay here with the stuff, with the things.
Even give him one of those lions in case something dumb happens.
Yeah. 'Cause you're like, I can handle it.
He knows how to shoot a bow. He's a fighter. He could stay in the back with you.
I mean, if that's how you want to run him, sure. Does he have a long bow or a short bow?
Yeah, he hears you guys kind of talking about him, and he says, I have been on many hunts against the giants with our tribe. I do not fear the giants.
Oh, I'm sure you've hunted a lot of things in your time in the tribe.
Yeah, he gives you like a blank, no reaction face, like he's not getting what you're implying.
Of course he wouldn't.
He doesn't get your elven sarcasm.
All right, so yeah, he can stay back with me if he can attack. Well, he can try.
Can he see in the dark?
Oh, that's a good question.
Absolutely not. He is human.
He's going to be useless to us, Finn. Stay with the horse. You know what? He can also hold my arrows. That'll also be useful.
I will not ask you to accompany me into this fight, Smiles. That is up to you.
Roll it. Roll that. What is it? Wisdom, Constitution, to see if he chooses to stay or go.
It's up to Dan.
All right,
he's willing to listen to what you want him to do. He's said his desire is to fight with you. He has fought in several raids against orcs and giants. So, and your group was strong enough to take down his tribe. So you must be strong enough to take down these giants. So in his head, there's no fear at all. Like he doesn't even think you guys should be afraid because you're stronger than his tribe, and his tribe's able to take down giants too.
But I will look him in the eye and say, you have been brought back for a reason. Do not disappoint me.
Yeah, he gives you a pretty innocent look, like I would never disappoint you, Finn.
All right, let us go in first.
That was not an ideal time to drink. Whew, there we go. All right, so I'm going to need a signal to know when to attack. Who am I looking for?
You can. Nod says, "I'll give out another yell, or bark, or whatever it is. I will be the signal."
How about Ian is the signal? When the first arrow goes thok in one of the giant's eyes, then we move. That might be a better idea.
Well, I need to know when you guys are in place, so that's my...
I'm just assuming that they're going to spot all of you before you get there, says Nod.
All right, Nod, if you see them coming at us, bark.
Because you're loud, and you kind of all smell.
Okay, Nod. You can stop talking now, buddy. Thank you.
Just saying.
Should I just wait?
He gets down on his belly and just starts crawling towards them. He's ready to go.
All right.
All right, let's move you guys over to this then. You're saying the horses are not going with you, though, correct? What's happening with the horses?
They're staying nice and tied up.
Tethered on the
Just
trees.
leave them. Okay, so you leave them about 15 minutes back. Okay, we'll leave them there. So we don't need them. Everybody should have sight that needs it. You're going in with no light to start with, I assume. So you're starting at the bottom of the map. Can you see on the hill? If you scroll up, do you see the giant in the firelight?
No.
I see our
Nothing.
character tokens. Actually, I just see coffee and me.
Sorry, I'm reading rules. All right, wrote down. I see... Oh, wait. Yeah, I see me and Jarrel. I see my tokens. And nothing, and just blackness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Let's see. Let me put you straight below him. So I'm going to put you straight. So he is straight north of you if you follow the square straight north. You don't see him straight north of you?
I see no squares.
Yeah, I've just got nothing but a black screen.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's weird because I can see it when I use the Control L to show me the light for your... If I just scroll north, I can see the giant.
No, literally nothing.
I've just got all black here.
All black here.
It's like you're not showing us the map. That's what it feels like.
Not showing you the map.
I've just got a Tigre's perspective.
Because I don't even see like light around me or like the area I can see.
Yeah, I'm moving my character all around that map, and I got nothing.
Token in a sea of darkness.
All right, let me check. Has sight.
There you
and
go.
it's
That's
60.
what I see. Over on Discord.
Let's check it out. Oh, I don't have Discord up. Where's it at?
It's an SKT chat. SKT, as I like to call it.
Huh. Let me check the map then. Maybe something fog of war, dynamic lighting. Let's do this. How about now?
Nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Nada.
I mean, I'll try to reload,
Weird.
see if that helps.
I'm moving like ghosts.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
Don't
it's
move around.
too spooky for me. Dear Discord, SKT. Oh boy.
Yeah, see, this
That's
is
the
what
patches.
over on Discord. When I say "show me what Ian can see," that's what I get.
Oh, I wish I could see that. Hey, and I could see smiles.
Yeah,
Smiles are looking
but I just moved down to where she is, and I still can't see her.
It actually might be Roll20. I'm having trouble loading into Roll20. Can someone else try
All
to refresh?
players see light. What about? No, see, I think that's different if I do that.
Oh no, I'm back. Yeah.
Because I think that means you see, if I do this, you're seeing what they see, which isn't what dynamic lighting does.
On the bright side, I can see nothing.
That keeps
He doesn't emit any light. How about now?
Nope. I see nada.
Still just me and coffee.
So you see one other person.
Yeah, but I had control of his token last week, so that's why I think I can see both of us. Yeah, because I can still move his token.
Mm-hmm. Today's the 26th, right?
Okay, let me try something different then.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me move you guys back for a moment.
Waterdeep, Daggerford, Nightstone.
And we will turn that off.
Loud
It should have worked.
water,
I don't know why.
water.
Oh, duh. Let me try this. How about now?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
And there was much rejoicing.
There are two dynamic lighting. So there's dynamic lighting and fog of war. I had both on. I only need one of them.
Ah.
But as a GM, I
Oh,
wouldn't
fog
have.
of war
It would. It
dynamic.
would. Fog of war doesn't affect the GM. I think is the problem. So now it's probably wrong though, because I messed with everything. But good enough. We'll leave it.
Fine.
Now, if you scroll up to the top, do you see the giant silhouetted against the fire?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so that's what you see. You see, you guys have creeped up to a hill.
I can't see that number.
You see a giant silhouetted up on the top of it. It's still the middle of the evening. None of these things that look like green anything are just bushes. They're waist high. They won't provide any actual cover. You can use a stealth roll to see how close you can get before being noticed. After you go ahead and move your thing to where you want to be, as close as you want to be. And then you can roll a stealth roll after that, and we will see what happens as you approach. Or
I would like
set
to be
up however you want.
I would like to be as far back as possible and still be able to see him. His silhouette at least. However far that
I
would
think
be.
I think if you move off the map, all you're going to see is the light of the fire. You're not going to be able really to see him.
Who are the three that are going in closest again? Is that Ka'Fey, Finn, and Greybeard?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to trail up a
Talents.
little bit behind him and drop about halfway between Ian and the party, and then cast Bardic Inspiration on them when they get ready to go in.
I'm gonna juice up with Shield of Faith, too.
I'm gonna cast Bark Skin on myself. Give myself like 3 more AC.
What's Smiles' AC? Logan.
Oh, he is wearing some crummy studded leather armor and a shield, and he's got a 17.
17 AC, that's good.
Still better than me.
And you said hit points were 13?
Yeah. I don't have control of that token.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I think you can move it though, can't you?
I cannot.
Oh, okay. Let me switch that.
I spit out my last, my very, very last piece of bubble gum.
Represents.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head. You might be able to see me. I'm just shaking my head.
I'm assuming he's that little monster token down there.
He is. I think I'm gonna have to keep control of him.
All right.
Because if I do that, then it messes it up. So you just tell me where you want him to go, and I'll
Right,
move him.
5 feet behind Finn.
Oh, okay.
We're going in.
He's got a
Taking
pretty
the
righteous
lightning.
stealth score too, so he'll be quiet.
All right. So you guys are going to attempt to move to those locations. Let's go ahead and see our stealth rolls as this happens.
Do I still have to make one, even though I'm all the way back here?
No, just those that are moving forward.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, Jarrel, please. No way. Stay. There we go. Yeah, is that mine? This is his.
Nod's kind of belly crawling up there, right? Can Finn use his stealth? Or do you want me to
It
roll
would
for
be
both
his.
of
Yeah,
them?
it wouldn't be you making the noise. It's going to be whatever he does making the noise. So it'd be his roll.
All right.
So Greybeard once in his life is quiet. Coffee, as usual, quietly. Jarrel makes a bunch of noise, scrabbling up the side of the hill over there. Any others?
All right. That first one is Nod with a +6, and
Is
then
that an actual
24.
ridge line and interfering with my vision of it that's between us?
What was the question?
There's like a ridge line between myself and the other characters. Does that obscure the vision of the giant?
No.
Okay.
You are.
Nothing you see on the map provides any cover at all. Not enough. Okay, so yeah, you're actually quietly moving up. Smiles is quietly moving up. Actually, let's change his name on that.
Smells.
His name is Two Smiles. But...
And as they're going, I'm readying an attack. And the moment the giant notices any of them,
Yeah, so here's the thing, though, too.
I'll
Like,
attack.
Ian, you don't see them.
But I could see the giant though.
You can see the giant, but yeah, you don't see them. So I'm not sure. Well, just keep
The
that in
moment-
mind.
Yeah. The moment I see him, like if any of them, as they're, because they just left me, they've just scrambled. And knowing them, someone's gonna fuck up. So if he makes any motion to start attacking someone in some area, I'm gonna attack.
So the noise that Jarrel makes during that, he hears it and he shifts to the left just a tiny bit and he's looking in that direction, but he's not moving yet. He thinks he's heard something, but he's not. He hasn't left.
And Jarl is just like, he heard that like of everything fall around him, and he's just like standing perfectly still.
Okay.
Where is Jarl?
He's over
You can't
here.
see him. Your character
over
does
on-
not know.
Oh, I guess
You
I
guys
won't
hear
know.
the sound from your left. You hear kind of like somebody slipping on the slope of a hill of some sort, like pebbles and stuff. Somebody's lost
Lucian,
their
did
footing.
you tag all three of them with Bardic Inspiration too?
Okay, which ones?
Ka'Fey, Finn, and Greybeard.
Yep. All right. Let's. give
Sorry,
that-
Smiles, but you're not Bardic Inspiration worthy yet.
Sucks to suck, buddy.
He understands.
I think
He
I actually only
smiles.
get 3, so it's not.
It's a
personal.
racist thing, is what he thinks.
It is. I did it for Ian. I withheld Bardic Inspiration for Ian's behalf.
Welcome to
Is,
the
is
club.
this is Smiles the one that Ian killed?
Yes.
Yes.
Does he know that Ian killed her?
Yes, he does.
How's he feel about that?
You've never asked
We haven't
him.
talked about it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
elephant in the room.
If
How
the
does
giant
Coffee feel
doesn't-
about it? We never heard that.
Oh, that's true.
Have you listened to that episode, Coffee or
No, I
Tigray?
need to. I need to.
You had haughty disdain at best. At best,
Nice.
that's the way I tried to play it. Like, really.
Really?
Wood elves, that kind of thing is basically you said nothing, and then it was great because I said the emotions on your face, and then Ian's like, but he wears a cowl, so we can't tell. It was pretty
Exactly.
cute.
That's why he wears it.
Yeah.
So we don't see his contempt. So if he makes no motion to attack anybody, I will. I'll wait an extra minute after I hear Jarl make all that noise, or someone make all that noise, and then I'll assume everyone's in position and I attack.
All right. You will get to fire off an arrow, and then we will roll initiative.
So I say with the oath bow, I say the magic words higgity biggity boo. What is it? You are my sworn enemy and you shall die. And I attack him. Pop up. There we go.
Is it? Did I write this down right? Swift death to you who have wronged me.
Yes, that's it. Except that's
Yeah,
me. That's
say
not-
that.
That's me. Swift death to you who have wronged me, and it goes.
I'm still doing the higgity biggity boo part.
All right,
19.
so
hit?
he is your natural enemy for the oath bow, so you get advantage. He doesn't get cover bonus.
Nope.
So 19, I believe, hits him. I think you need 18, but let me get their stats up because for some reason I don't have them up.
Alrighty,
Well, I was
I'm
messing
digging out the
around
lucky
with-
chicken bone for you. Chicken bone.
sight stuff. Yeah, you need 8. Yeah, so arrow strikes home.
And I think I have everything on there. What a roll. 19 damage.
So let's look at it. So you
Nice.
got a 1d8, which
The
would have
D-
been the 3, and then the you get 3d6 if it
Piercing
hits.
damage.
Yeah. So it rolled 2 6s and a 3. So that's from the part of the bow, and then the +1 is your dex.
My dex.
Yeah, that looks about right. So yeah, pretty good hit. 19. He lets out a roar as the arrow flies true and penetrates the black plate mail that he wears. He grabs the greatsword on his back and swings it forward. Let's see. Let me take some points away here.
I run back 30 feet, and that is my turn.
Okay, and now let's see. Let me
Fall prone.
So let me clear out the turns. Okay, everything is clear. You are able to select your token and then roll initiative. Oh, you know what? Those smiles should be the character of. What?
Of Lippin.
You named it, right?
I still can't select it.
No, just roll a d20 for his initiative then. I will end up fixing that the next time. I don't want to stop to do that at the moment. I think I need to build him a brand new token. And I'll just add it manually. So
7.
which is all right. He's waiting to see what's happening. Okay. That guy. Oh,
Oh.
that could be pretty dangerous, huh?
Oh, thank goodness. Gosh.
Even Greybeard goes before this guy. That's amazing.
I know.
Shame for Disper.
All right. What happens if I do this?
The entire world explodes.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be on that. Let me reorganize. Everybody is completed. Descending. Coffee's at the top.
Ooh, nice roll, Ardreth.
So, Coffee, you see the arrow hit true. You hear the giant let out a roar. So you know Ian has initiated combat. You are close enough to see those that are to your left, but you do not have sight on Jarrel, Ardreth, or Ian, and it is now your turn.
All right, so that's my signal to go in. So I'm going to Blade Song.
Do it. Kill him.
And rush in for a double attack.
Do it. Murder him.
Murder.
For Tigray.
Oh.
Okay, I've learned something.
Well,
Just change his
Don't
mind
make
from
Don't make an arrow key your push to talk.
I won't do that.
Okay.
All right, you charge in.
And 2 attack.
Do it. Murder him. Oh, murder him. Only one.
We love crits.
Oh, dang. Were those all sleeping?
Yeah, they're rising.
Good scouting job, guy.
I told you.
Empty plane.
All right, I assume the first one hit.
They told us 2 came up here.
Yeah, it was assumed.
a horrible attack. 11 total.
Okay. Yeah. Hammers through the greave of his plate armor, which is in his kind of his shin area. You see some blood spurt out as your sword has gained purchase.
All right, that was it. I gave a good elvish battle cry.
All right.
Something like "Die, inferior beings."
Ardreth, you are up. What you still see at this point is just the silhouetted fire giant at the top. You probably at this point can see Coffee in... Well, you might see the top of Coffee. You might not even see Coffee in that firelight up there, depending on your
I'm going to
angle.
take a shot at the one that I can see silhouetted.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, longbow would hit.
Nice. Kill the other guy, guys.
So for 4.
Yep.
Okay, you still have movement or bonus action at this point.
At this point, I burned all my bardic inspirations, and I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. Jarrel is up. Jarl's heard the arrow strike true to the black plate mail of the fire giant. Coffee has moved in. Jarl, your turn.
Jarl would like to use this move here. And, oh man, I can't see what I can see there. I think I can just make out... Can I make out anything up there? Other than the giant?
No, you need to be one more level higher to see the stuff that was laying down. They're just rising. They're not quite standing yet in this first round. As they stand, everybody will be able to see them. But at the moment, they're in the motion. In the 6 seconds of all of this is taking place, they are beginning to rise. So you don't quite see them. So you can see the giant, the one that was silhouetted at this point.
Oh, okay. So he'll just take his action to dodge, and that'll be his move.
Okay. Yeah. So he has anything that tries to attack him disadvantage. Then Ian is up. Actually, before that though, let's add in our other creatures.
Or hellhounds. The Cerberuses.
And they go before Ian. They're a 14. So the Hellhounds are now no longer prone. It is their turn before Ian goes. The giant is still screaming from being attacked. And the Hellhounds will begin to move. Let's see, what's their movement? Ooh, pretty fast. So Hellhound number 1 comes around, and they kind of have flames on them. So they're kind of lighting up the night. Moves towards Coffee, tries to bite him.
Let me just say, we're going to have a
just
pitiful number.
Ooh.
Not even worthy of Coffee's time.
rolls a 25 crit. He has pack tactics. So he gets
But he gets
advantage.
Because of the giant?
Yep, giant's within 5 feet of Coffee.
Ooh.
So, but it only ends
25
up
with a
doing
crit?
7 piercing. So that's not too crazy. Yeah, so he rolls a 25. Yeah, so he rolls a 25 trying to bite through your blade song.
And it was a natural crit, right?
Yeah, natural crit.
Already?
Can you not disregard crits?
No.
Not yet. I got to figure out how to do that.
So it's just 7 piercing as a bite tries to chomp on you.
Got it.
The other one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. gets to the edge of the hill. Sees coffee. Sees the rest of you. Is going to continue. 45, 50. He continues bounding down the hill. I'm going to make this one roll a perception check to see if he picks up Jarl's scent. So let's do a perception check.
Dude, not said it. He's a smelly person.
No, he's not able to. He didn't pick up Jarl, so maybe the wind is blowing the other way, so he doesn't quite notice that Jarl's there. So he's going to continue to the south here. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Yeah, it's because I smell of sausage and bacon.
And he runs up for his full movement, and he's going to use his... yeah, he's going to use fire breath. And he's going after Nod, is who he's trying to get. So it's a hellhound going after the cat, which makes sense, right? That makes sense. But that's going to also catch Greybeard and Finn in the line of what he's trying to do there. And actually, I think I went one square too far. Right there. Yeah, that would be 50. Okay, so fire breath. He excels a fire in a cone. You guys get to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw to try to take half damage from this cone of fire.
You can do it.
And then I get to roll damage.
By the way, I have advantage on this.
Okay, yep, so you'll take half damage.
Hold on, I gotta look it up. Danger sense. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. You can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. So, yes, I just have advantage. Later on, I get to duck, dodge, dip, and dive out of the way of that stuff completely. But for now, it's just advantage.
Okay, and also we'll need one for Nod.
Oh, Nod, buddy.
Caught blindsided.
Okay, so Finn and Nod take the full brunt, so you get 16 fire damage. And then Greybeard, you get singed a little bit for 8 fire damage from this hellhound.
Ouch.
And that is their turn. Now Ian is up.
All right, I take another... Oh, it should have been 2 shots. I shot him before. Whatever. I try and shoot him again. Woo! God, I'm still on Jarl. Ian, you know what? No, maybe Jarl is giving me great rolls. Maybe I should just stay on Jarl.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
Yep, 23 does hit.
One. And there's my second attack, and 22 also hits.
Yeah, as long as it's the same guy that you're trying to hit. Yeah.
Yep, so 18 and 16.
Dang. Sniper.
I can only do this one with one of them, guys. So the other one's all yours.
Which one have you been hitting? The one I'm on?
Yeah, that guy.
Good. Primary.
Yep, so 2 more arrows fly in. And I'm going to have a cool effect that happens with this is that the arrows you fire mid-flight, they turn black. And so these are black arrows that are hitting into your favorite, your natural enemy now.
And that's
Your
why we
called
can't
out
see
enemy.
them. They're blending in with the nighttime.
So you still have movement or bonus action?
I move forward to where I was. And now I'm back to where it says I am on the map. That is my turn.
Okay. Finn, you were up. Slightly singed.
Yeah, we'll I guess charge straight forward
Okay.
and lance that guy.
Fire away.
Can you do that with reach? Or do you want to be where you're at?
Where are we? Actually, with that lance, that's pretty much how he's sitting.
First strike of the lance hits.
So 23 altogether.
Oh, wait, what am I seeing here?
He does 2 hits from a lance, 1 for 14, 1 for 9.
Oh, I see.
23 altogether.
What's the dueling style?
That's his bonus thing for being a paladin.
So are you counting that in there? So 16 for the first hit?
No, well, you know what? Shit. I thought I had that macro written differently, but
He gets 1d12
yeah, I'm sorry,
plus.
that's a 16 and then an 11. Sorry. Fix that.
Okay.
Is it still alive?
Yes.
And Nod will try to bite it.
Okay. Is that his roll or his damage?
It's a 20 plus 5. So, I'm sorry, it's a 15 plus 5, so that's a 20.
So that's his to hit roll. Okay, yeah. So he gets the bite. So go ahead and roll damage.
I love horrifying chomp. That's the best.
7.
And 7. All right. It's taken quite a bit of damage. Definitely wounded wounds. Looking worse for the wear, but still growling and snapping at you. Smiles is up. Where would you like him?
Move him right up behind Finn. Actually, keep him right next to Greybeard.
Like right to the right or behind or to the left?
Crap. It's not going to work either. Yeah, move him right up behind Finn.
Okay. All right. So he's moved. He has an action or a bonus action.
He is going to impose disadvantage on anybody who attacks Finn. Using his protective shield style.
Gotcha. Okay. Greybeard, you are up.
All right. I used my bonus action to rage out, and then I sidestep the business end of that hellhound and go to here, and then I hate fire and attack him a bunch. Oops. That's wrong. Well, I guess the hit part doesn't matter. It's the damage that'll be wrong. Because it'll be +2 to whatever I roll. So 12. And then...
Okay, yep, first
Crit.
hits.
Murder him. Oh, he's not alive. Is he still alive?
So the first one was actually 12.
Yeah.
Second one is 22. That's full damage. That's peak Greybeard.
Thank you.
Plenty of wounds. He is not down.
Oh, you freaking fuck.
Should I be trying?
So you use your bonus action, some of your movement, an attack. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Fire Giant moves to engage. Is going to move closer. Coffee and Nod need to make a strength check. So go ahead and roll a strength saving throw. And then... Oh, yeah. Coffee. So, Coffee, you feel the ground shake around you, but you're able to keep your balance. Yep.
Yeah, I'm used to fighting giants by now.
Yep. Same with Nod. He's able to stay upon his feet. But you're going to make another one because we're going to do 5. Let's see. 5... Oh, nope, he doesn't have that much. Sorry. Hold on. Nope, he can only get to here. Because he used half his movement to stand from being prone, so he only has 15 movement after that. So, Coffee, you'll need to make one more check as the second giant moves to engage. So, one more strength saving throw. The 15 is not good enough. That will knock you down. Fire Giant number 1. He cannot see who's hitting him. So he's going to swing at Coffee.
And did the Hellhounds have to make that save too?
Nope.
Interesting. Okay.
It says, it's weird, it says when the giant enters any enemy's space for the first time on a turn.
Got it.
The enemy must succeed.
They're used to fighting with him or something. It's cool. Just wanted to make sure.
So we'll just put a little, we'll put that on you for now. Prone for a moment. So they're at disadvantage because you're prone, they're at advantage, so it's just going to be a straight roll. Did you have Blur on?
No, I didn't.
Because I only heard Spell Song. Yeah. So you have Spell Song, but not. Okay. So the first hit from Mr. Fire Giant. Great sword. Oh my god, this could be hurt. So whatever the first roll is a 30. For
To
31.
hit?
Slashing.
Damn.
Gee,
And the second one.
I'm already dead.
Oh, then he would not have swung at you again. He would swing at Nod in the second one. Okay, so you go unconscious?
I think it's a possibility of an insta-kill with that much damage.
Nah, no, it'd have to be like double your hit points to even get close to that. We'll just put you unconscious for now. I think Bardic Inspiration stays on you, we decided, because that's a concentration from the Bard, so I'll leave that there. His second swing would be at Nod, which would have been a 22 to Nod, and he would hit for 27 slashing.
Dead.
Oh.
Well, disappears.
So this is the first time this has happened to your summoned mount. Go ahead and give us a description. Set the scene for this as the great sword swings out to hit Nod.
Nod sees that great sword coming, and if you're close enough, you can hear him whisper, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," and he disappears in a poof of smoke.
I hate this world. Okay. Let's remove Nod for a moment. You can make a simple athletics check. Or wait. I think as a paladin, Do you have any skills that make it so you don't just fall off?
No.
So just do a athletics or yeah, okay. So you land on the ground, and we'll just say that you lose half your movement in the next turn is the only downside. So you'll have 15 move for your next turn. Okay. Giant number 2 moved to get to Coffee, but now Coffee's down. He can't move any further. But he can reach into his pouch, grab a rock, and try to throw a rock at Finn. So this would be a regular attack. No advantage, no specialness.
Oh my
29 bludgeoning.
I'm dead.
No advantage, no special. Here comes your total party kill you've been looking for, Lucian.
Unconscious. Oh my god.
Lucian, just real quick, because I'm trying to save us. He had to interact to draw or pick up his sword, so he has no interaction this round. So he couldn't draw a rock, right?
Well, I didn't actually say he grabbed anything yet. I said he got up and moved towards Coffee.
Okay.
And then the other giant went. This giant who already had a great sword in his hand. And now that Coffee's down, this guy grabs a rock. It would have been the same thing you would have done.
Cool.
Yeah, because he went second. Had he gone first, then yeah, I think I would agree with you.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it because it's those are all big hits all of a sudden, which is weird because you guys have fought 2 giants before and it didn't go like this at all.
Are you kidding me? It always goes like this.
We have not had Coffee and Finn and Nod down in the first round.
You know what? I'm not worried about it. This is an encounter. I'm sure the DM has our best interest at heart here.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. So that is his turn. He has no more movement. We're back at the top of the round. Coffee could roll a 20, could be right back up. Death save, please. Oh, did he just leave? He's like, I'm out of here. This game's stupid.
I think he rage quit on you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. This is dumb.
Last straw.
Yeah, these damages are out of control. These are high damages.
Well, it's just a death save.
Though you guys are putting out crazy damage.
Yeah, but we got to get him out of there. But no one hit him.
Yeah. Coffee, you there? We lose you? All right, well, he can always make that save when he comes back. He will also... I think he loses Leopard Style because you can't concentrate while you're unconscious.
You know what? It does. If he's smart, he's just going to play dead anyway. If he stands up, he's just going to get knocked right back down into the dirt.
Yeah, so Ardreth...
Let's just assume.
You can see in the firelight, things have gone horribly bad, horribly wrong. Finn appears to be lying on the ground. Coffee appears to be lying on the ground. Greybeard is fighting a hellhound. 2 Smiles is next to Finn's body. Nod has disappeared completely. It is your turn.
Do I gotta make my death save?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep, you do. So if you 20, you're back up, and it's your turn.
Don't stand back up.
Come on. Let's see a 20. Oh my god, it's Coffee rolling these. I totally remember this now.
Oh no.
That's number 9 in a row.
Yeah. We're going for the Guinness Book of World Records of missed death saves, so.
And we have them all on record.
Okay. Ardreth, you need to save your party. Things have headed in a bad way.
Yeah, because that's what I'm well known for, is saving our entire party here.
You're the bard. Time to inspire. Turn this thing around.
Ranged mass resurrection.
Yeah, I don't have one.
That's a spell, right?
Oh, each of these is 5, right?
Yes, each square is 5.
All right. You said Finn is down too, right?
Yes, you see Finn's body on the ground.
All right, I get to here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 60. Oof. Oh. All right. I am going to cast Healing Word on. Do the points will raise him from whatever he's at negative, is that correct?
Yeah. No, it'll be 0 plus whatever you give him. So he doesn't have negative points.
Okay. All right. Hold on one sec here.
Yeah, when you're unconscious, you're at 0.
I am going to pass it on. I'm going to cast it on Coffee.
Okay, and what are we casting? Go ahead and put it in chat for us. Healing Word. All right.
So it's 1d4 plus 1. I'm going to cast it though at. I'm going to cast it at.
So you get an extra d4 per slot.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 3rd right now to try to keep him up for a little bit here. So I'm going to use a 3rd on.
Yeah, so you'll get
he can roll the
3 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is your charisma, I believe, plus your charisma modifier. So 3d4 plus something.
3.
3d4 plus 3. Roll that out.
I think this is the first time I've gone as a healing bard.
That's
12.
A good
roll.
Usually I've been doing attack bards, so.
All right, Coffee, you're at 12. You remove the failed death save as it resets if you come back to consciousness. You are lying prone at the moment, and you still have your bardic inspiration. So your eyes snap open. Actually, Ardreth, this is since you just said, this is the first time you've used. What's this healing word look like from 60 feet away? What happens? Give us the visual on how this works.
So normally my attack spells involve massive amount of light, bright light. But in this particular case, the healing is a warmer light that it doesn't emanate out from me, but it glows a little bit around Ka'Fey just for a brief second.
Okay. All right.
Not enough to draw attention to you.
So you still have movement or bonus action?
I did all my movement. I don't think I have any bonus actions that I can use because I burned all 3 bardic inspirations already.
Okay. Jarl's up.
Jarl is going to run. Is going to use a key point to use dash as his bonus action.
Nice. So
And
he gets double his movement.
Yep. So he's going to run here first. Then he's going to run to over here.
Okay.
And he's going to throw a potion of healing down Finn's throat.
Oh, this is so good. Loving it. Do it.
Oh, that does nothing. What is it? 2d4? 2d4 plus 2? 4?
Yeah, I believe that's 2d4 plus 2.
That's not roll. Roll 2d4.
Yep, that's it. 2d4 plus 2.
So he
All
comes
right,
back with
7.
7.
Finn, your counter would reset, although it didn't happen, and you are back at 7 hit points. As your eyes wake, but you are prone on the ground. There's actually a rock sitting on your chest as you push it off your chest.
I use the rest of my action, or his action, to move right here, and that is his move.
Wait a minute. When I hit you with that, would have 2 Smiles ability have stopped it?
Not in a ranged weapon like that.
Oh, it's only melee?
I believe so.
Oh, check it just so we know for sure, but okay. And then he's going to move back. So he's used... Okay, so he interacted, his free interaction. He used a potion on Finn, he used a bonus action to dash, key point, and then he moved because he still has regular movement at that point to there, right?
And
everything sounds good.
yeah, and that is literally his full movement.
Yeah, that's probably a cool scene of him being dressed in black, moving in the shadows at super speed, almost anime style, probably. You see chibi eyes when you wake up from him, Finn, which I know you would hate. So.
Despise chibi eyes. All right. Protection fighter ruling is, of course, worded
vaguely again.
Vaguely, just like every other
let's hear
stupid rule that Jeremy Crawford writes. It just says when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. But however, none of it would have mattered because a 24 still clocks Finn.
Was that the other roll, though? What was the two rolls?
It was a 30 and a 24.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to check. Okay.
Because they get plus 11 to hit.
They're tough. They are tough guys. Okay. Hellhounds are up. Moving to engage Greybeard at this point. Hellhound moves down. Hellhound around. Hellhound sees Jarrel move in, potion, and then run away. May not necessarily know what he's done, so he's going to move here. And he's going to attempt to bite Two Smiles.
Come on, Two Smiles, you can do it. Be the tank.
So let's go through these. So
bring it.
Here comes a bite for Two Smiles. And rolls 21 for 5 piercing damage. Oh, is he...
Hit.
Oh, what's his... He's got AC 17. Has he got anything to react to that?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
So 5 piercing damage as a bite chomps down on him. Greybeard, you have 2 hellhounds trying to bite at you. Now, these ones will have advantage because they are within 5 feet of each other and they have pack tactics. So as one lunges at you and you dodge to get away from the other one is ready for the direction you're dodging. And they're trying to work together to tear at your limbs and tendons and ankles and such. First one up is a 14.
Woo!
Miss?
No. 14
Yeah,
is a hit. Mugger hugger.
Oh, that hit you.
Yes.
All right, 5 piercing damage, and then the second one snaps at you as you were trying to dodge away from the first one. Once again, an advantage attack for a 21 for 4 piercing damage.
Duly noted.
That is the Hellhound's turn. Ian, you are up.
Because this is such a large creature, if I use Hail of Thorns, which goes 5 feet in each direction of this guy, is that just from like a 5 square, or is it from the entire radius of him?
That's a fantastic question.
Let's see. I'll click on it so you can read it. Because it only says each creature within 5 feet. So, does that mean just him?
It seems kind of... Let's draw it out a second just so we can look at this. Yeah, we'll do it in blue. So, as red, it feels like it would do this, right? I mean, nope, that's not what I wanted. Let's do a shape just to make it more
4x4.
sense. Yeah.
Is that 4x4? 4x4.
So, I mean,
But
are we
usually it's a
thinking
3x3.
it would hit everybody in those squares as red, which seems pretty powerful? Let's go with it. I mean, that's what it seems to say. They're supposed to be 4 squares big.
Well, for the first time in my life, I didn't want you to say that. So, I will not go with that. I was hoping you'd say the other thing. But that's fine. That'll be useful in the future.
Yeah, I think that's the way I'm reading it. Although it does feel kind of powerful to me, I think that's the way I'm reading it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move there. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Which guy?
That giant, the one I've been
Okay.
hitting.
Yep, the one that's been pretty wounded at this point. You see several wounds, bloody wounds on him. He definitely looks worse for the wear. Hunter's Mark hits him.
So and I'm gonna attack him twice. Hunter's Mark.
Let's put on that one. Hunter's Mark. All right, so you get advantage. So a 16, the arrow
Still doesn't.
shatters against the plate armor. The second one definitely hits 25. Oh, God, 21 damage. You're just hammering this guy. Nice. And he roars out again, and he yells at the Hellhounds to race into the night to get the archer. He's had enough of this. Okay.
Wait, where's
Anything
that?
else for you?
There. That's here. I move back what I can, which I think is to there. And that is my turn.
Okay. We're going to wrap up here pretty quick. Ardreth, if you just want to hang out, we're just going to finish the round out, and then we'll call it. So, Finn, you're lying prone, if you can stay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Finn, prone on the ground, but awake.
He stands up, casts Cure Light Wounds on him. I'm sorry, not Cure Light. Lay on Hands on himself.
Okay. Fire it off. You get to just choose how many points you're going to give yourself.
Yep.
How many?
25.
Okay. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's an action, or is that end up being a bonus action?
I believe that's an action for me.
So
And
action,
he'll draw.
standing up is half.
He'll just pull his Warhammer and shield out and stand ready.
Okay. Bonus action would be, you got anything bonus action wise?
Do not.
All right. You've got Smiles is up. Hellhound.
Stab at that
Storm
frickin' Hellhound.
Nice.
Kill him, Smiles.
Go ahead, Smiles.
Crit of the century. Oh, yeah.
15 hits.
Is it really?
Yeah.
5, 4, 4. Looks like.
Now hit the. Oh,
Oh, there
we
we
go. Yeah. 4. Okay. Okay, so stabs him out. He's wounded, limping, but still alive.
That is the one that I hit, that Finn hit, right? For like 30 some points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
He's
sir.
looking rough.
Greybeard, your turn.
Okay. All right. Greybeard loses his shite at this point. It is total freak out time because he's like, that was like perfect hacky chopping everything. His buddies just went down in a heap. So, and they already have advantage game wise. So I might as well use Frenzy. And the other one called
Reckless attack.
Reckless Attack. So let's start with the one that I cannot believe is not dead. And good thing I have advantage because then it's not a fumble.
10 would not hit. You have Bardic Inspiration. What do you get for that?
Is that a D8, I believe?
It's an Ardreth question. I think
You're
that's
gonna look
true.
it up real quick. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to it. But that sounds right at my level, yeah.
Alrighty. I will use it.
Oh,
Not
God.
enough.
Not the time to roll one scraper.
Mm-hmm.
Double ones.
It's okay. You have another 2 attacks. You can do this. I believe in you.
All right. The next attack on that same one.
That will hit.
Oh, you're killing me.
Another one.
Fucking absolute.
He is not down. He is severely wounded. Looks like maybe even a leg is broken. Gashes all over him. as his blood seeps out, it's like it's setting the fire, or the ground sizzles almost as if it's being set on fire, but he remains standing and growling at you.
Here's the third attack.
23 would hit.
That's
He goes down.
Woohoo! And there was much rejoicing.
You can go ahead and describe it.
Like you said, he finally splits this thing's spine. Like the first two, attacks, the axe sort of wings off on the sides of him, and Greybeard, like I said, he's just lost it at this point. He's just a ball of rage, and the third one comes down and it splits it in like literal half, and it sort of like magmas out and just folds in two.
Nice. All right, you have because that was your bonus action, was your third attack. You have movement at this point, or are you done? From a game point of view, you want to move one step forward.
I'm gonna let that hellhound have a attack of opportunity on me.
Wow.
No, I'm saying if you go here, then that giant's not going to move with the chance of knocking you down. If you stay where you're at, when he moves to you, he's going to knock you down or have a chance to.
He's not gonna catch me.
All right.
I will be off in the dark, and so I can fight a hellhound all by itself.
All right, yeah, so you have movement. Where are you moving?
Not closer to me. Other way.
Sorry. 35 is 7 squares.
Yeah.
There.
All right, one bite attack, which isn't too bad. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Let's see if he hits. Advantage, because you had Reckless, right? Yeah, 14.
Yep.
9 piercing damage as you leave. He tries to bite the back of your calf as you race away into the dark.
But half damage.
He lets out a howl as he has the taste of your blood now. And to finish this off, the final end of this round, Fire Giants at the bottom with a 1. This is just going to go bad. Move to engage. Coffee's actually not standing yet, right? Because he hasn't come back around.
No, he's just looking up at the sky.
Yeah. So Finn, Smiles need to make a strength saving throw to remain standing as these things charge forward.
Oh.
That was not actually. That was Smiles.
Okay, so he'll be knocked prone.
Wow.
It's okay. 0 emotional attachment. Oh, God.
All right, yeah. So you're able to stand. But great sword attacks.
Is he standing? Did you stand up?
Fins up.
Oh. I thought you just laid there and laid your hands on yourself.
Fire Giant number 1.
It's okay.
Great sword. Here we go. On Finn. This is
Ones
the
and
guy
twos,
to the
ones
left.
and twos. Ones and twos, ones and twos. Oh my God.
Just barely hit me.
Okay. Just barely. For 49 points of damage.
Still up.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. He's not up.
He's dead. He went down with 29 before evolution.
Yeah. Backhand swings 2 Smiles.
Well, 2 Smiles is down on the ground.
2 Smiles hasn't done shit.
Yeah. Well, he's going to hit him, though. It's going to be bad.
Oh, he's like not even a little bit alive.
Jeez.
God,
Yeah,
Lucian,
Are
unconscious.
you
what?
serious?
Unconscious. That's that guy's turn. Again, this guy has moved for the second time, and then there's nobody there to attack. He hasn't realized coffee is up. All he has is a rock at that point, so Mr. Jarrel,
He can see him.
Can't wait
we
until
salute
kill him.
you with a rock. I'll give him disadvantage. He's in the dark.
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
It don't matter. Jarrel's got like a 13 AC.
16.
You know that hits him.
Oh, a 16? That's a disadvantage?
Yeah,
That doesn't hit him.
Oh, are you kidding me?
the rock
He has a
misses.
17.
Oh my god.
So he feels the wind of the rock blow by him as it careens out into the night. Missing. He's thrown 2 rocks. Let me mark that down.
The best thing that's ever happened to Jarl.
And that is it for the giants. Oh, actually, there's one more thing.
Suddenly from the hells, Asmodeus rises.
All right. Ian,
Oh no.
in the heat of the battle, you had not recognized as you were paying attention, but you now feel the ground shaking. From behind you, you see
So
a
dead.
giant charging. You're
It's
looking
called
at him.
insult to injury.
You're looking at him as you see him, and your mouth is maybe even open a little bit. Your eyes are wide, and he charges past you. And we'll start there in our next round. And actually, go ahead, Ian. Give me a perception check as he passes you by. We'll see if you recognize something. Yeah, 12 is enough. A frost giant charges past you. And that's where we will end tonight's session. At the top of the round with Coffee getting to lead us off next Monday to see if our group can withstand yet another fire giant attack. They always get beat down, but so far in every fight that's looked bad in the first night of battle, this group has turned it around in the second night and won out. So we shall see how this all shakes out next Monday. I would not miss it because it's going to be fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you missed any of our episodes, you can go ahead and check them out on YouTube at SirLucien. You can see the GM perspective. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Be back here Monday. Also, we'll probably be streaming our Thursday night game, which is another fun game you guys can come out and take a look at if you wish. Hope you enjoyed. I'm sure Greybeard will put out all the links and stuff in chats. I'll leave it running for just a bit. And then we will see you next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for more Storm King's Thunder. Bye-bye.